Hi, Cancer. This is your February love reading. It is a general, it will not apply to everyone. I have announced this in my other readings, but I am only at this point going to read upright readings for the general readings. In my personal readings, I do read reversals, but I find that I get way too much information. And I don't know if it makes my readings a little messy or confusing. So this kind of narrows it down to maybe a clearer storyline. It may not resonate with as many people, but I think it's clearer. Um, so this is for anyone who is currently involved with someone and needing some advice, or for people who are dating and also want some advice on what might be going on with that person. So, Cancer, your relationship status is showing up as the moon with the Seven of Swords. So, this is really hidden, sneaky, deceptive energy. The moon is definitely a card of illusion, fantasy, definitely a lack of clarity. And with the Seven of Swords, someone is using a lot of strategy to get away with this, or you might be in a relationship where there's a lot of sneakiness going on, whether that be your partner is sneaking around or you are feeling like you need to sneak around to find out information, like you're trying to be detective and maybe using a lot of strategy to try to get down to the truth. You are showing up in this dynamic as the Four of Swords. Um, this tells me that you're doing a lot of thinking. You are very, very much in your head. Um, I think that you're trying to figure out this person because I asked why and I got the Hermit. You are trying to shed some light on a really dark area. Like there is a part of this person that you can't figure out and you want to know. And so you might be a little anxious about it. But I definitely see that you're trying to get to the bottom of it. Your partner or the person that you are thinking about is showing up as the Ten of Wands. And I clarified a little bit more because I wanted to be certain before I started, saying stuff. Um, the Ten of Wands is a card of burden. It's a card of someone nearing an end. Uh, but mainly, what I'm reading is it's a card of someone carrying a lot of responsibility or burdens of some sort. It was clarified with the Three of Swords. So with all the other cards, it kind of makes me think, yes, this person is probably burdened by having to manage more than one person. I would imagine that would be a challenge. What's causing this burden is the Empress. So I'm not sure if you're the Empress or who the Empress is, but I'm seeing it as a woman. The Empress is usually someone who, in terms of reading for in a third party relationship, she is someone very alluring to someone. So I also asked what was causing Three of Swords, and I got the Six of Wands and the Eight of Wands. So yeah, this is definitely someone's fooling around with more than one person. Um, and I think it's causing them quite a burden. I don't think it's easy for them. Um, and what the Three of Swords is telling me is it's probably going to lead to a bad situation. Three of Swords is about heartbreak, separation. No one really wins in a third party situation, in my opinion. Um, it's just a yucky situation for everyone involved. Now, the obstacle in this dynamic is the Prince of Cups, which is actually the Knight of Cups, if people aren't familiar with this kind of deck. Um, I asked what was causing the Prince of Cups, or I'll just call him the Knight of Cups, to be an obstacle, and I got the Two of Cups. And then I clarified the Prince of Cups with the Seven of Cups. So, a lot of cups here, a lot of emotion here. And being in the obstacle position, I tend to read the card in a reversal or an ill dignified way. The Knight of Cups is in love with love. So this could be a message for you, or directed at you or directed at them. So you may just be someone who's in love with love and jump into relationships without really scoping the person out. Um, maybe jumping into a bit of a fantasy land with them because you really want to be in a relationship. And that is an obstacle. That's not serving you, and it's a bit risky to be doing that. And so the Knight of Cups is just saying that you need to have a bit more logic there in terms of an obstacle, not just all emotion. Um, if it's not, if it's directed at the other person, it's that you are involved with the Knight of Cups type of person. And I think this person has several relationships. I think this person just loves the chase. I think they're probably very good at getting what they want too, because they know how to emotionally manipulate. They know how to get what they want. But I'm also seeing this as someone who's emotionally unavailable. Um, and so you may constantly feel like you're chasing them. So kind of interesting. A lot. I'm getting a lot from that one obstacle. Um, I'm also reading the two cups kind of in reversal. Like I don't. Yeah. Again, this person's emotionally unavailable. I don't think they know how to form an emotional, like a deep emotional relationship because they're so busy just jumping around and having fun and not really taking their time in a relationship. Your advice or best path to follow is the Queen of Swords. And in any of my decks, I always see the Queen of Swords as someone who doesn't put up with shit. Like she cuts through the bullshit. She's been through a lot. She doesn't have time for games. And she has a sword and she's not afraid to use it. And in this picture, she is like ready to attack. And that is your advice. And so I think your advice is definitely to seek clarity and truth, demand it, and confront this person. And then I said, why is or why? And you got the King of Swords. So this is just like you really need to get clarity with this person, and they both are these people are both coming in with a sword and they're ready to chop down. Um, Interestingly, where this relationship is heading is the Five of Swords. Now, in this card, it doesn't show it, but in my other deck that I often use, there is a picture of a man with a sword standing like he's won, and there's all these people slouched over in the background, and one man in particular in the back kind of, it almost looks like he surrendered, he lost. And so often there's a winner and a loser, but at the cost of what? So it definitely talks about communication breakdown. And so I think if you take this advice with the Queen of Swords, and it's going to be a battle with this person. I don't think it's going to be pretty. Um, but I think that's okay because ultimately I said, why do you need, why is it heading to the Five of Swords? And it's because you're going to get justice. Now, justice doesn't always mean we get what we want, but we get what's fair. And the truth is fair, right? Like you deserve the truth. And I think that's what the cards are telling you to fight for. Like you deserve to know the truth about this person because then you can decide, is this the right person for me? Do I want to be a part of this? Your love oracle card to close the reading is chemistry. So there's a strong magnetic attraction here. So definitely looking at the obstacle being the Knight of Cups, I feel like chemistry drew you guys together. I feel like you probably have a lot of chemistry, but a relationship that lacks an emotional foundation cannot last, in my opinion. I don't think it's healthy either because chemistry is just one part of the equation, right? If there's no emotional connection, what's going to keep you with that person? And so I think that's perhaps what drew you to this person, what drew you guys together. But at the same time, I feel like chemistry is almost like it's almost like an obstacle too. Like, don't just if if you meet someone and you just head over heels, they usually say to run the opposite way for those ones, like because those are the ones that are triggering usually our subconscious wounds that need to be healed. And so I think that I don't think you're being pulled by chemistry anymore. I think that's what probably drew you to this person. I think like you're ready to get the truth. I think you're ready for it now. Um so there you go, Cancer. I hope you get the truth, and I hope that this reading was helpful for you on some level. If you would like any, or if you'd like to make a comment or have any questions, you can email me, or you can head over to my website if you would like a more personal reading.